You want anything? Right. Thank you.
Three, three, one. In your racing order is the Hangover Grasstrack, Watson. Father Christmas in the middle there is Ben. 251, Thomas the Tank Engine is Paul Wakeford. 189, Rob Snow, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And they almost forgot to bring their food with them, but the cooking brought up. Noddy sitting there on the number 3 quad is of course Tony Daw. And he couldn't come up here without Big Ears next to him. Underneath that Big Ears suit is Mark Treadwell. And I don't know what you say about the last one. Paul Jackson it is, but Pervert, Dirty Old Man, the original. It's got to be, isn't it? Anyway, a terrific effort, and of course, I think any of you that are close to it would have had a tough decision to make, and what they decided to do is give a bottle of scotch to both Thomas the Tank Engine and the Hangover Flyer, Paul Watson and Paul Wakeford. Extremely well done to those two. A lot of effort put into them, and I think you'll agree, a very wise decision on behalf of the club officials. Straight in it. Charlie Patterson, you may know the name of, a grass track competitor for many, many years, and it sounds as if he's been press ganged more than anything else. He's come in here saying that he'll have a go, but he doesn't think anybody will understand him. I'm sure they will. Warmer inside here than it is outside, and he's even started to pick his races. So Pat Emmons, who's a great supporter of the Roger Mesa clan, and he's going to have a go at a few sidecar races for me later on in the day. That's races 26 and 27 hopefully. He's rushed off the pits now to try and do a bit of practice. Look, it's Tony Daw, and all three of those I saw out in practice. Vince Kinchin, Gary Reynolds I did see in the pits this morning, but I didn't actually see him practice. Now, I'm sure he'll be in this lineup. Machinery started on the far side. The green flag goes up without him joining that starting lineup, and you can see straight away there's absolutely no grip whatsoever on that start line. It really is going to be a real question of throttle control getting off that line. As we get into the first bend, you can see that Simmons going straight to the front, showing them exactly how to do it. Vince Kinchin is the rider up in second place at the moment, who also looks as if he knows how to control these conditions. Some of the early fallers, Tony Daw at the back of the field now picking up and having another go. John Jeffrey definitely trying to get that machinery started. He's come out for the second time. Malcolm Simmons showing all that very experience. He shouldn't revel in these kind of conditions, really, should we? So the lap scorers can have their work cut out this afternoon. And some of the less experienced riders, and perhaps some of those that are out for the very first time, are going to be caught by some of these very, very experienced riders, such as Malcolm Simmons. He comes past us, taking the last lap flag this time. Vince Kinchin comes round, knocks in one of them as well, he's holding second place. John Jeffrey has obviously going underway. A long way back. Oh, Tony Daw has slowly moved up the field, so his finishing position is not going to be too bad after that early fall. But as we see the checker flag go for the first time in the 1995 Hangover meeting, Malcolm Simmons, the very experienced rider who we've seen on the Bigway World his first race in this afternoon. Now I think that is number 81, Mike Reed, is finishing in third place. and solo a win for number 30, of course, Malcolm Simmons. In second place, number 844, Vince KINCHIN. Third place, number 81, and of course is the addition to the programme, Mike Reed, who we're so used to seeing on a 500 sidecar. In fourth place, number 7, Tony Daw. Fifth place, number 114, and sixth place, number 16. No other finishes there. The winning time 136.40. 136.40. Grasstrack Marshals, in fact, sponsoring this one. This afternoon. Well, we talked about experience in that first race, but you couldn't get much more experience in this one because in number 34 we've got Steve Bishop leading the field. Paul Hurry in all sorts of problems back in third place. Fudge is up there in second place. Paul Hurry still holding third spot in front of MELKSHAM. Making the best of it in the race too. Looks over his shoulder, knows he's pretty comfortable. There's a lot of surface water out there. On the outside, it is Paul Hurry that finishes in third spot. A win for number 34, Steve Bishop. In second place, number 49, that's Paul Fudge. And third place, number 86, Paul Hurry. Fourth place, number 84, that's Gary Phelps. And fifth place, number 65. Sixth place, number 62. Seventh place, number 36. Eighth place, number 35. And ninth place, number 81. The winning time, 132.10.
Like riding up the English Channel. Look at the spray. How can those lads see where they're going? Number 127, Steve Daw behind him, followed by Pete Barnaby, local lad there. Next comes number 104. And oh boy, these lads are finding it very, very difficult out here today. The conditions are awful. And all credit to these guys that have turned up today to give us some entertainment. Hand goes in the air. Oh yes, it sounds very much as if that bike is absolutely swamped. Pete Barnaby still going strong. Number 104 is up behind him, very close now, that's Les Rowland. So Les looking to take that third spot. Waiting from the commentary box. flag. Well done, Steve. Brilliant ride. And now we have a long, long wait before the battle for second place comes round the final bend. Still Pete Barnaby. Pete Barnaby's keeping a tight line. I think he's going to be second. Yes, Pete takes second place from number 104. 104 Les Rowland. And number 162, Harry Beebe.
Well, that was good, wasn't it? I thought, I'm sitting here thinking I don't even have to write the result down, and Charlie disappears out the door. Well, I thought I was going to be on a loser with that one, because I think that we've got a commentator now for the West Country, don't you think? But the official result, let's give you that quickly. Race 3, sponsored by Dickinson Johns Ambulance Division. Number 110, Steve Daw, of course, the winner. In second place, number 133, Pete Barnaby. Third place, number 104, Les Rowland. Fourth place, number 162. Fifth place, number 10. No other finishers there. The winning time 140.50. 140.50, that winning time. And my thanks straight away go to Charlie Patterson. He does so much for the sport. I can't believe I thought that was going to be the first one that's going to cost me money, because he kept up to date with it all. There are atrocious conditions, as he said. It's hard work keeping up with who's who in these sort of weather conditions. But I think he done superbly well. So straight away there's a couple of quid going out of my pocket into the fund. And blow me, what does he turn around and do? He's just donated 5 quid to the fund for having the privilege of doing it. So straight away we're up to a grand total of £7 going into the opening stage. That's got the lead as they go past us for the first time. We try and pick up the rest of them as they come round, as we've already lost one of the riders on this first bend. And problems for Mike Dowling on the far side by the look of it. He pulls off into the green grass on the side of that back straight. The riders down on the far side. And it is number 477, Rob Worthing, that takes over the lead. Well, indeed, there is a red flag, so the race being brought to a halt. Did you realise that I was building on a few bankers, because I know Dave Stallworthy's here in the crowd, and I also know that that's what you call on those two. Well, we get this race underway once again, and it is number 477, Rob Worthing, who was leading before the race was stopped, that's got himself up in front again. As on that bottom corner we lose another rider. Paul was the one who came out in the fancy dress with the Hangover flyer. So quickly dismantling the plane. Oh, Fred's back up on his machine again, and going to complete this race, I'm sure. No, Rob Worthing then still leading on the jeweller as they go past us for the third time. Just one more lap to complete. Paul Watson still there in second place, and comfortably so as they go down that back straight. Into the top corner for the last time. Worthing's going to take the first place victory. Comes to the line, number 477. Number 331, Paul Watson finishing in second place. I should keep calling him the Hangover flyover, really, shouldn't I? And Pete Tatum. The winner was number 477, Rob Worthing, and in second place number 331, Paul Watson. Third place number 76. Fourth place number 272, and 5th place number 843. I said that Fred was going to finish, didn't I? The winning time 144.63, 144.63, 477, 331, 76, 272, and 843. So we go over to the sidecars for the first time this afternoon. Event 3 in your programme. Same format as the Open Solo, 3 qualifying rides, and then just a scratch final. Away we go then with the first race in the sidecar class this afternoon. And looking to get to that first bend first is number 14, Peter Jones, with passenger Colin Hill. Now it's terrific to see that Peter Jones is running well that first bend in practice. He's so used to getting to that first bend in first place, but normally as a passenger. He told me during the winter months that he was going to have a go at sidecar racing as of next season. And this, I suspect, is his first tryout. Not ideal conditions, but making the best of it at the moment. Colin Hill working hard, trying to get some grip to the ground as he comes up past us. Oh, we suspect that that's John Lumber that's moved up into second place. And at the moment we're all desperately trying to decide who that is in second place. Challenge as they come towards the checker flag, because at the moment Peter Jones and Colin Hill are being caught by Paul Bickley and Kevin Riley as they come towards the line. Peter Jones will be desperate to get a race win, I know that. He looks over his shoulder, he takes the first race victory in the sidecar class. Paul Bickley finishing in second spot. Third place, Neil Hiscock and Barry Middleton. Although I've not got that in the list of competitors, number 22. I'm sure that is one of our friends from down the West Country, 365. Race 5 it was, heat 1 of the sidecars. The official result reads as a win for number 14 as Peter Jones and Colin Hill. In second place, number 18, Paul Bickley and Kevin Riley. In third place, number 45, Neil Hiscock and Barry Middleton. In fourth place, number 22. And in fifth place, number 4. The winning time, 150.23. 150.23.
That was a pound of charity. That was a 3-lap race.
I'm impressed. Now, we were just trying to decide whether that should have been 3 laps or whether it was just our finishing marshal had made an error. Now, we've just checked, and guess what? There's at least £1 going into the charity for the first error this afternoon from our finishing marshal. I'm sure the riders didn't mind. Away we go with the second of the sidecars, race 6 in your programme. And as they get underway and come past me for the first time, a lot of conversation going on between Brett and Morris as they come past us. As we see them come round off the pit bend, Brett trying to get the lead once again. Rob and Jeff Bradley in all sorts of trouble. Jeff working hard to keep that machinery so that the driver can get it under control. Chris Spiers and Steve KINCHIN in second place at the moment. Bradley slipping back to third. First on the Mason lookalikes is number 111 Michael Hancock in third place. This is indeed his first time out as a driver. The way he's riding that machine, I don't think it is actually the first time he's driven a sidecar outfit. Brad Osborne back under control. Morris, you'll see, is very little move movement on the back of that machine. Just a matter of waiting that back wheel to dry, keep it gripping, let it dry, then do Chris Spiers goes a long way round, throws that back wheel now. Steve KINCHIN working just as hard on the back of Chris Spiers as now they come under attack from Rob and Jeff Bradley. And Brett Osborne's made it interesting. He's slow going into that pit bend. It means that Rob and Jeff Bradley want to try and break the machine as they come in that bottom corner. Chris Spiers going for that wide line again. One more lap to go, and I think it's going to be an interesting one as they go into this top bend. You can see Rob Bradley decided to play on the inside, cuts across the inside of Brett. Very slide out. Right, it'll prove me wrong. He's going to do a pirouette as he exits the bend. Brilliant work again though by Jeff, keeping that machinery on the three wheels. And they're underway again. Chris Spiers going to have a go for the lead as Brett Osborne again tries to hold that very, very tight line, making sure that Morris just keeps as much weight as possible on that back wheel, and he's going to take a race win. A lot of experience coming out there. A race victory going to Brett Osborne and Maurice Cooper. Chris Spiers and Steve KINCHIN, a good ride from them. Rob and Jeff Bradley, well, they certainly take my Entertainers Award at the moment. Motoring and Ken Westaway, the winner, Brett Osborne and Maurice Cooper, number 73. In second place, number 52, Chris Spiers and Steve KINCHIN. Third place, number 87, Rob Bradley and Jeff Bradley. Fourth place, number 51, Stuart Robinson and Shane Lapham. Winning time, 2:16.33, 2:16.33, 73, 52, 87 and 51. Symon Wall and Jason Ralph. 116 is Aubrey Steele and Paul Pike. Aubrey winning it around in that top bend. Again manages to keep all three wheels on the ground. The conditions not getting any better for the sidecars. Symon Wall and Jason Ralph comfortably leading, and well, it's a different style, but they certainly seem to be able to get around the circuit. Arthur Dibbon it is, has moved up into second place, so getting Phil Morris, who's out for the first time, some good experience. Rick McCauley desperately trying to find some grip. Aubrey still already catching him up again. This one has already got very and truly strung out. Symon Wall and Jason Ralph certainly showing that there's a way around this circuit with three wheels, looking very comfortable indeed. Arthur Dibbon, I'm sure, is quite happy that he hasn't got somebody throwing mud at him. He's concentrating on getting the machinery around as well. But he's a long way back from Symon Wall. That flag has gone for all three. We see Symon Wall coming round off that bottom bend for the last stop. No, it's going to be last lap this time, isn't it? Oh well. Lay off the scotch. Yeah. Oh, there's one more lap to go for Arthur Dibbon. And I think there's been a lot of conversation going on with these sidecar passengers. You can see the idea being is they just stay upright as much as they can, just try and get whatever weight they've got down on that back wheel to try and get some drive through these very, very slick conditions. So a win first time out for Symon Wall and Jason Ralph. And Arthur Dibbon is going to get this second place. But a win for number 101, Symon Wall and Jason Ralph. In second place, number 79, that's of course Arthur Dibbon and Phil Morris, the addition to your programme. And third place, number 501, Rick McCauley and Alfie Preen. And fourth place, number 116, Aubrey Steele and Paul Pike. The winning time, 2:14.45. 2:14.45. J. Pocknell, Compton Detective Agency. Oh, away go the quads, and indeed it looks as if Tony Nash has decided to stay in his noddy outfit, being used at the back of the field as well. At the moment. Start for Steve Robbins, who's got to the front. Tony Nash up in second place, going wide on this bottom bend. I'm expecting some of these guys to do well on these sort of conditions. Tony Nash spinning around just as I say that. Well, I was going to say quite a few of them had experience of racing these machines on ice, so you can't get any slicker than that. Picked a number like 55. Well, Sid Hines, who is a great supporter of quad racing, he in fact lent me one to have a go at a motocross, which I did regret, but he does a lot of work for all these crews that race quads. And the one thing I've got to tell you is that Sid, who does so much for quad racing, decided he had to race today, because would you believe he is actually 55 today. Now he's riding number 55, he's in second place, and he certainly is a very hard competitor. Mark Treadwell not doing so well as Biggie is at the back of the field, but Steve Robbins it is that takes the race win. Sid Hines takes second place. Now, Lee has decided that he's just going to get this top corner sorted out. Is it 3 pirouettes or is it the maximum? But Mark Treadwell does in fact finish. Sideways, but he does finish. What's race 8 in your programme, heat 1. It was a win for rider number 2, Steve Robbins. In second place, number 55, Sid Hines. Third place, number 4, Michael Pittaway. And fourth place, number 3, dare I say Noddy or Tony Nash. In fifth place, number 1 is Mate Big Ears, Mark Treadwell. The winning time, 1:49.06. 1:49.06. We've got Ben to go. Oh, Ben's going to have a go first, is he? Right, over to you, Ben. Who's that then?
110's in front. 110's in front.
110's in front.
Notion light when we get there.
Stevens.
Say Joseph's in front.
Joseph is in front. Over 81.
That's right.
There's a lot of prompting going on here, I know that. I just hope he doesn't repeat some of the things that he's been advised to say.
There he is. On the far side is Joseph still in the lead.
On the far side, Joseph is still in the lead.
late trailing?
Late trailing.
Come on, let's have some talk. Joseph's late in front. Go on, say Joseph's there.
Joseph's there.
Yeah, he's always half a lap ahead. Half a lap ahead. Half a lap in the lead.
Half a lap in the lead.
Coming round.
And it looks like Joseph is going to take it now.
Coming 81, what is that? Is 81? Lewis. There's Lewis in second.
Lewis in second.
Time to take the checker flag now.
Now.
There you go. Say thank you.
Thank you.
As in the first of the youth, number 110. That, of course, is Joseph Stevens, as you heard mentioned many times. In second place, number 81, that's Lewis Denham, who I'm intrigued to see has gone up in the juniors. Had a superb ride this year in the British Championships and finished second in the cadet class, so he's just moved up well. Those two lads done well because they had so much duff advice. And I'm pleased to see the man giving that advice has just decided to put his hand in his pocket. He's paying £1 for them. Well done, Keith. And we're going to persuade you to have a go one. I mean, there was so much good advice going in for those kids then. Race 10 then, the official result of the Youth Inter was a win for number 9, Andrew Appleton. In second place, number 42, Glenn Phillips. Third place, number 18, Andrew Parford. The winning time, 150.39. 150.39. And I've got to say, although the adults are finding trouble with it, you've got to give credit to those youngsters, as a lot, I'm sure, would feel they wouldn't even want to go out in those sort of conditions. race 11, we're back to the open solo. This event 3, of course, there's second race this afternoon. Takes the lead as he comes round past us for the first time. So Fred KINCHIN doing much better this time. Then we had a fall first time out. Glenn Phillips up there in second place, moving through on the inside. He was the one that I struggled to recognise first time out, but now I know who he is. It's easy. Steve Bishop with a win first time. Well, I don't think he's getting a lot of bricks to the ground, but what he is getting there is doing him some good. Glenn Phillips still there in second place, and problems for Gary KINCHIN as he's pulled out on this top bend. I think it's machinery problems this time that's hit him. Unfortunately, last lap already. Steve Bishop really powering on. Well, I've said for many, many years, there's always those one or two riders that when it gets wet and it gets slick, find those riders that prefer the conditions, and there's some that you just turn it on and do it, and you can see one out there this afternoon, Steve Bishop. And it's good to see he takes a second checkered flag. It's a tremendous performance from Steve Bishop. Gary Phelps comes round for second place, and there's quite a gap till we get to our third rider. And third place indeed does go to Dave Abbott, number 62. Pete Barnaby finishing in fourth spot. Open solo event and a win for number 34, his second win this afternoon, Steve Bishop. In second place, number 84. That, of course, is Gary Phelps. In third place, number 62, Dave Abbott. Fourth place, number 133, Pete Barnaby. Fifth place, number 26. Sixth place, number 16. Seventh place, 104. And the time, 1:35.49. He did exactly that. So, are you going to take over, Darren? Because, look, you've got to go around the outside now.
Welcome to it, Italy. All right. Second place. Welcome to it, the truck is pulling away.
If you're wondering why he's dressed as a dog, yes, that is his nickname. Well, you can do it this time, mate.
You tell me what to say, you're just standing there going...
You say what you see. I'll point out who they are. You say it how you want to say it, right?
clearing out the outside. Was a win for number 86, Paul Hurry. Second, number 110, Steve Daw. In third place, number 127, GENT. Fourth place, number 7. Fifth place, 81. Sixth place, 85. 35. Seventh place, 162. Eighth place, 251. And the winning time, 1.3624.
Well, he done well, didn't he? I think all that's left now is for me to go over and do a bit of filming and get Bob the video man to come and do a bit of commentating. .35, 162, 251, and the winning time 136.24. So as we move over the page, we move into race 30. Taking the lead from KINCHIN as they go past us. Well, a good ride this from Rob MELKSHAM. He started to actually pull away from KINCHIN as they come round that bottom bend. Lost yet another rider on that first bend. Right, no problems at the moment for Rob MELKSHAM. KINCHIN not being able to catch that ground between him and Rob MELKSHAM at the moment. Mike Topless up in third place. Jason Newitt. And mechanical problems first time out. It's great to see that Jason Newitt is back in action again. Oh, KINCHIN, that's happening bigger and bigger between him and Rob MELKSHAM. Going down the back straight now. He's got one more bend to complete. number 112, Jason Newitt in 4th. MELKSHAM in 2nd place, number 844, KINCHIN. In 3rd place, number 36, that's Mike Topless. And 4th place, number 112, Jason Newitt. 5th place, number 114. In 6th place, number 272. And the winning time, 141.66. 141.66. Underway, looking down the list of riders. Perhaps John Jeffries, that is, has made the break gain in the first bend. In 2nd place, number 49, Paul Fudge. Number 76 is Alan Morgan, or as you may remember, Batman in the fancy dress. Up in the adult class and has some superb results since then. No problems for him by the look of it as he's coasting down to the pit bend. Again, mechanical problems hitting John Jeffries. So it means that Paul Fudge moves up into the lead. Paul Fudge hitting problems. Machinery doesn't sound too healthy at the moment. Alan Morgan still there in 2nd place. Chamberlain in the line. Second flag go. A win in race 14 for Paul Fudge. Downturn, a win for number 49, Paul Fudge. In 2nd place, number 76, that's our additional rider, Alan Morgan. And in 3rd place, number 221, Chris Chamberlain. The winning time, 139.77. 139.77. In your programme, and Symon Wall getting the best of the stars, but Brett Osborne is right there with him, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this first bend. Stuart Robinson, much better this time, up there in 3rd place. Rider in fancy Sidecar racing. Roger Mesa rose to the occasion and said, well, there's a bike, you can use it. He knows the talent of this Stuart Robinson. And if you've not heard the name before, you may have watched You Bet a couple of years ago. He was the trials rider that attempted to knock coconuts off the top of cones in the television studio. Well, at the moment, Symon Wall and Jason Ralph look to be proving that their style is perhaps the better one to get around these difficult conditions. Very little motor by the sound of it, just allowing the bike to find its own way round. Ben Osborne preferring to overdo the power and rescue what he possibly can. Now Stuart Robinson turning that machinery around in that pit bend. That's the embarrassing bend to do it, Stuart. That's when I'm standing in the pit watching you. Do I notice that Mr. Meeser out there very concerned about his bike going round and round the wrong way? The lap scorers think he's perhaps concerned about the passenger as much as the bike. Well, one more lap to go for Symon Wall. He's had a ride already, that was a win. This race obviously going to keep him on a maximum to get into that final. And Brent Osborne still there in second place. Morris Cooper working as hard as he possibly can to try and get some of that power down through all the slush. Get through to where there might be some ounce of grip. Well, I must admit, Stuart doesn't seem frightened of turning that power on. Symon Wall then takes the checkered flag as he goes past us, his second win of the afternoon. Brett Osborne had a win in his first ride, and Morris Cooper finishing in second place. Transport a win for number 101, that's Symon Wall and Jason Ralph. In second place, number 73, Brett Osborne and Morris Cooper. Third place, number 501, Rick McCauley and Alfie Preen. And in fourth place, number 4, we believe that's John and Martin Lumber. And in fifth place, number 51, Stuart Robinson and Shane Lapham. The winning time, 2:14.76. 2:14.76. We quickly get underway now. Quickly into the lead goes Chris Spiers, but he's got that first into the negotiation. Bradley just watching him go round. Just seeing how Jeff Bradley tried a totally different style there. Now they've obviously been talking about the way to do things. Now you remember with 500 chairs that the passenger gets into the chair. Now one of the things about racing with sidecars when it's this slippery is trying to keep your weight directly to that back wheel. And Jeff Bradley realising that there's no point in getting the weight over the bike itself because there's no risk of the outfit going end over end. So they've decided that this may be a way to get more weight down on that back tyre, and it looks to be doing well at the moment. Chris Myers and Steve KINCHIN did working hard more of the traditional way. Steve is keeping his weight over the sidecar more, but as they go into this pit bend, Rob driving in a bit hard, that's allowed him to slide out in the middle of the bend, so Chris Myers comes back at him again, but I definitely think this style was worth trying. Still does sound as if he's revving still a bit too high, but looks as if he's got much more control than he had in his earlier ride. Again, Jeff getting his weight back as far as possible to get maximum leverage on that back wheel. Steve KINCHIN then sitting very upright. Obviously that's proving to work well with that style of outfit. As of course this can make a difference. Both of them holding very, very tight lines. Chris looks over his shoulder, but he takes the win. Robert Jeff Bradley finishing in second place. Fencing a win for number 52, Chris Spires and Steve Kensington. In second place, number 87, that's Rob and Jeff Bradley. And in third place, number 79, that's Arthur Dibbon, and of course new passenger Phil Morris. The winning time, 2:17.36, 2:17.36. With race 17, this one's sponsored by Power Sport Motorcycles of Christchurch. Well, a very dodgy moment for Michael Hancock and Jeff Morford. There's two of our outfits who decided to go backwards on that first bit. So, Michael Hancock it is that gets to the front and goes down that back straight. Recognise the outfit, it was the one that Russell Ing used at the Ace of Aces. I kept saying all day long that it was going so well that I'm sure somebody was going to buy it, and indeed they did. Neil Hiscock and Barry Middleton in second place at the moment, and Brett Osborne deciding that he is going to try and complete the race, be it forwards or backwards. Well, I'm kind of expecting a few people to start jumping up and down in the pits in a moment. Now, I said he was going to finish backwards or forwards, didn't I? Now, that would have been classic for the video if that had been the last lap. I don't have a problem laughing at this because he's got a grin from ear to ear inside that crash helmet. But Mike Hancock, I'm sure, is going to be pleased with this one, and I say I'm expecting to see a lot of waving and jumping up. Thank you, madam, at long last. Yes, we get somebody jumping up and down in the pits there, because this is the first time that we've seen this man out. And Jeff Morford working, I'm sure he's had lots of instruction from the pits. Now, you know who else comes around that Abingdon-Steventon area, so there's been lots and lots of advice. And they've got just one more bit to complete before they see possibly their first ever checkered flag. So race 17 it is. As they come to the line, they're going to make it very cautiously, but it's a win at the end of the day. They've taken their first checkered flag of their career, and I hope that's not going to be the last one we see them take. Mike Hancock and Jeff Morford. In second place, number 14, Peter Jones and Colin Hill. In third place, number 45, Neil Hiscock and Barry Middleton. And fourth place, number 116, Aubrey Still and Paul Pike. 2:28.17, 2:28.17 that winning time. Race 18, this is the second outing for the FUDGE. Noddy having a go once again as he's gone wide on that first bit. Showing exactly how to ride this treacherous surface. Sid Hinds, who finished second to Steve Robbins first time out, in second place, but Tony Nash still there on the outside, or if you prefer, Noddy. Big Ears still in the crowd at the back of the field. Oh, Steve Robbins proving that this is perhaps the sort of conditions that he's best at. I'm sure there's one or two of you who recognise the name. The Australian Sidecar champion Gary Moon when he came over to visit the UK. Well, I've just realised one reason why these two might be good at this is because one thing that they do a lot of is racing on Mablethorpe Beach. Now, whenever you've seen beach racing, of course, yes, you've got the sand, you've got the water, so these perhaps are the conditions that these have had most practice in. Steve Robbins still keeping the lead just from as soon as they come towards the line. It's going to be yet another win for Steve Robbins. Remember, this with the quads is over the 3 rides. No final for them this afternoon. So looking in a very strong position going into that last qualifying ride. Sid Hinds equaling his first race with another second place. And P. Madison. A win for number 2, Steve Robbins, his second of the afternoon, and second place number 55, Sid Hinds. Third place number 46. Oh, I can't remember who 46 is. I ought to turn the page over, then I could probably know. I will find it. No, I won't, because we haven't even got it in the list of fighters. Fourth place, number 3, Tony Nash. And fifth place, number 4, Michael Pittaway. Sixth place, number 1, Mark Treadwell. And seventh place, number 5, Paul Jackson. The winning time, 146.70. 146.70. 146.70. As we move to race 19, this has become a combined race of both the juniors and the inters, so 2 different age groups and 2 different CCs. The juniors, the inters were going to be sponsored by KC Preservations in race 20, but they've combined them in together. So let's see how it goes. You've got, at the moment, it looks as if we've got 2 juniors actually setting the pace. Come round because it's Joe Stevens who is a junior that's leading with Lewis Denham up in second place. So this is a terrific ride from these 2 youngsters. Remember, they are in the junior class, and in fact Lewis has only just moved up from cadet class, so they're doing extremely well. And I know it is difficult conditions this afternoon, but to see them leading in front of these inters, they are doing extremely well as they come round to the last lap. Joe Stevens still leading. He had a win first time out. Lewis Denham still comfortably there in second place. And we seem to be losing more and more of the riders. Matt Reed, who's had some terrific rides. Obviously these conditions don't suit him at all. I'm sure Lewis Denham is going to be very, very pleased to get this result, because he's got some very experienced riders behind him at the moment. Flag is staying ready. This is going to be the second win of the afternoon for Joe Stevens. Terrific ride from him. And I just realised that's a little 4-stroke that he's riding. That may have made a little bit of difference. But there's a very quick 2-stroke. Number 81, Lewis Denham takes second place. Number 152, Matty Reid takes third spot. 110, that's Joseph Stevens. In second place, number 81, Lewis Denham. No third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh, eighth, or ninth. The winning time of 2:01.97. Race 20, the official result reads as a win for number 152, Matthew Reid, and in second place, number 1, Daniel Slater. No other finishers in that race, and of course no time, as the time was put on race 20. Race 19 even. 2:01.97. the Injured Riders Fund. So if you contributed to the raffle, thank you very much indeed. There are a lot of prizes to be given away. I'm sure we'll do that in the break between qualifying heats and finals. Okay, I want to have a go at this commentating, Mark, because you've seen quite a few volunteers. I was given some names earlier on, wasn't I? Mark Edwards, Dickie Staff, Bernice. Now you can tell me who your surname is when you get here, can't you? But Mr. John Jeffries, yeah, that is. We're running out of races rapidly, so if you're going to have a go, you need to get up here. You've heard some of the others. Jason Newitt up in second place. Disappointing first drive with mechanical problems, but he's got better as the afternoon's gone on. Rob Worthing, this is going to be his second win of the afternoon. I'm sure we're going to see him out in the final. Oh, one more lap to go, and he's got quite an advantage on the rest of the field. It's Jason Newitt that's fighting his way round in second place. Codrington is in third place at the moment, struggling to get those goggles off to try and see something of where he's going. Ricky Sobey in fourth place at the moment. That was a nice call, wasn't it? Very impressive. Oh, Pat's turned up as well. We're doing well now. Tim Bennett, a win for number 477, Rob Worthington, or Worthing I should say. In second place, number 112, that's Jason Newitt. Third place, number 1, Bob Codrington. In fourth place, number 221, Chris Chamberlain. And fifth place, number 16. Sixth place, number 35. Seventh place, 162. And eighth place, 272. The winning time, 149.20. 149.20. That was race 21.
Looks to lead. Daw is second, Bishop first. Bishop by 91. Ron Melksham's having a good afternoon. We're looking for the red flag, but we're still running. So it's Steve Daw. 34 is up. 30. All looking pretty good out there. Looks to me as if they changed their gears. They're all using a lot higher gears than they were earlier in the day. But it's Bishop coming through. I estimate to be on his last lap, taking into the pit turn on his last lap, looking for Stevie Bishop over on the other side, comes around, makes a good turn, looking pretty good. Right on, his experience is showing there. I think that was a very fast time. Come on, Bishop, you've just got to finish. And Stevie Bishop comes round. And, yep. And I would just just estimate those are the only two finishers, is that right?
271 to be checking
And, and 271. So it was 110, 34 and 271.
141.32.
And the time was 141.32. Obviously we haven't got more hurry, so it's still 49. Look very light of these conditions. These laid down machines obviously are a lot better than upright machines. 331. Paul Fudge just lapping and using a very and gone. Looked to make a big mistake down on the pit bend, but has got it together. Coming into the top grade. But it's still 49. Paul Fudge wins the race. That will be difficult. I shall have to rely on the lap scorers for this. They're not sure, they're saying. But it certainly was 49. 844, making a lot of noise as he came across. 133, 189, 104, 114, 246 and 844. That concludes race 23, sponsored by Kevin, Stevens, Peter and Julia Barnaby. Thank you very much, Jim. Back to you.
Well, thanks, John. Terrific effort, and you know we've done it, haven't we? 139.37 for all of those of you that keep these accurate results. By Simon Wigg and Mark Lorham. I remember all the sponsorship was done to try and raise the funds on the meeting. Well, the rider, in fact, we were waiting for to get to the line for this race was Graham Gent, and it's Graham Gent that's gone to the front, so obviously worth waiting. Gary Phelps is the rider in second place at the moment. Do I see somebody out there on a rigid back end? What brave people there are about. Graham Gent's been going well this afternoon. Gary Phelps head down, desperately trying to stay with him. Tony Daw out there again in third place. Number 81 is Mike Reed, who was the addition to your programme. Mike Reed, yes, the very same one that normally rides 500cc sidecars. He's proved that, yes, he can still do it on a solo. Yep, remember he does go back that far, I do remember. I don't know whether it was problems that were stopping him getting to the line in the first place, but that motor seems to have gone very, very sick. Gary Phelps closing slightly on Graham Gent as he goes down that back straight. Well, they've seen the last lap flag, so there is just a checker flag to see this time as they come round. Can he keep the motor on to get into that checker flag? Gary Phelps gets the second, and Tony Daw crosses the line for third place. I will say it again, sponsored by Simon Wigg and Mark Lorham. A win for number 127, Graham Gent. In second place, number 84, Gary Phelps. In third place, number 7, Tony Daw. Fourth place, number 81. That's our addition to the programme, Mike Reed. And fifth place, number 36, Mike Topless. Sixth place, number 76, Alan Morgan. Seventh place, number 83. And the winning time, 146.47. 146.47. Race 25 for the first of these third leg rides. Fred Osborne away from the start and into that first bend. Arthur Dibbon has joined the lineup in this one. He's up in the second place. Fred Osborne had a win earlier on. Was beaten, you may remember, by Symon Wall in his second ride. This could be their second win of the afternoon. They've had a chance to stand there in the pits and watch what everybody else does. I'm sure there's been a lot of messing about with gearing and tyre pressures, where the passenger should or shouldn't sit. It still seems like Brett's decided to go for just flat out and rely on the steering. Now I'm sure that Arthur Dibbon is sitting there thinking I'm going to be very rude to him and say one of the great advantages when the weather is as bad as this is if you can put a lot of weight to the ground, it does help you get some grip. Now he knows that when he's out there racing, he can't hear what I'm saying, and as we've always had many a good wind-up between each other, I've got to do it at least once, haven't I? Obviously he's been on a diet in the last year or so. He's using the same tactics as Brett Osborne, just rely on that front end steering, keep the back end spinning and hope that it's going to find some dry ground somewhere. Well, they'll go into the last lap as they come round this time. And the sponsors of Race 25, Mick Stace, Peter Jones and Rob Wilson. Three names that I'm sure you all recognise from the world of sidecar racing. Martin Lumber, I'm told, obviously in the programme never had a passenger listed. It is in fact Pluto that's riding on the back of Martin Lumber, as I was told to say he's called. Keith Watts to anybody else, passenger to Penny Hook. But the checkered flag does go for number 73, Brett Osborne and Maurice Cooper. We wait for the second place, but it is indeed 79, Arthur Dibbon and passenger Phil Morris. And is Martin going to finish? Well, he does indeed eventually come to the line. Martin Lumber and Keith Watts, or if you prefer, Pluto. 73, 79 and 4. The winning time 2:18.45. That's 73 Brett Osborne, 79 Arthur Dibbon, and number 4 Martin Lumber, 2:18.45.
Followed very closely. Whatever it is. See, unfortunately, I don't know many of these are on this already. He's got a pink helmet on, whoever he is. Symon Wall, is it? Symon Wall in the lead. Peter Jones second. Someone having trouble on the line here. And Steve KINCHIN third place. Sure they can do a bit more than that. Someone spun. But he's kept it going. Sure he's kept it going. That's it. And it's that chap in the pink helmet still in the lead now. And I tell him, Symon Wall.
Nice colours though.
Yeah, Symon Wall. Throw down to throttle control in this. Not too much, not too little. And there's Steve KINCHIN again. I don't really recognise that one. We've got number 18, Paul Bickley. Back on the circuit. Ah, poor old Hank in the middle, he's given up. I didn't quite see what happened there, but it's a shame for Hank. Symon Wall coming through once again. Followed by Pete Jones, taking the yellow flag, one more lap to go. And Chris Barr and Steve KINCHIN holding a very good third spot. Now Paul Bickley coming through, take the yellow flag. I've been told that's the last lap flag. So this young lad told me. And it looks like it's going to be a win for Symon Wall. Yes, if Peter Jones. And Chris Spires and Steve KINCHIN. 14, 52. And the time was 2:15.17. 2:15.17. Is in the lead. Now let's just hope that he can get around this bend okay. Stuart Robinson in the lead. Rob Bradley second. Now Stuart, if Stuart can keep this in the straight line, I think he's going for it this time. He's got a good man on the back. And we have a spinner on the bend. Oh dear. Someone's took the inside line there.
Robin Jeff Bradley.
Robin Jeff Bradley. He didn't touch Stuart, did he?
He didn't touch him. Are you sure? Yes, I think Stuart Robinson has now got the feel of this machine after a couple of races. He's taken that wide line to get a bit of grip. Yes, Shane is telling where to go. He's taking the outside at it. He's just missed that fence in the next field. I bet he wishes he was on his trials bike. Who's that in second again? Oh, and the Bradley man has taken the lead. But you just stick there, Stuart. Robin Corley there. And here he is, the tall indeed of the Grasstrack. Aubrey still. Stuart's took the inside line out. He's gone for the line. He's been watching Roger. People say that Roger takes flags out, but no, Stuart didn't. I think this is a very good race. Mind the flags, Stuart. Shane Laffer's just given right-hand signal. That was to say turn right. I think the Bradley boys have got away now, though. Yes, and number 87 has taken the checkered flag, and Stuart in 51, Stuart Robinson in second place, and in third place coming along here is the Macaulay, and Aubrey still in a very well earned fourth place, and Nick Hiscock, number 45, in fifth place. Third place 501, fourth place 116, fifth 45. Say that again. And the time was 2:17.50. The next race. Over to
Oh, thanks, Pat. I knew you would just drop me in at just at that optimum moment, wouldn't you? Terrific effort, thanks, Pat. And I'm sure that's going to be one that you're going to enjoy watching on the video. And while we get underway with the third of the quad rides, and indeed, remember this has been a straight victory so far for... Thank you very much indeed, Pat. Money flying in my ear hole there. No, I think that's another one where I should have paid, really. So I'll match what you put in. And John Jeffries, I will remind everybody who did the commentary earlier on, he put a fiver in, Pat's just put a fiver in. I'll match those fivers because I think they've done brilliantly well this afternoon. And we're building this kitty up nicely in here. As we look to see the quads out for the third time, remind you again that Steve Robbins has had 2 straight wins already. So 3 times as far as everybody else once again. Now, there is a way that I can quickly boost this fund that I've been trying to raise this afternoon. That I mentioned that one of the nice things about this meeting is that we persuaded Bob from Bob's videos to come down here and do the video this afternoon, so that if you want to hear what you sound like and you have a go at this commentary. Now, what he's turned around and said is that there's 2 people he would like to see have a go at this commentating. We're rapidly running out of races, so you'll have to get up here quickly, ladies, because Alison and Tim, if you will come up and do a race, then you can actually make Bob give us £10. £5 each. He said, Alison and Pip, you can do it between you. Any race you want, there's not many left. So it could mean you have the sidecar final, actually. Well, I don't know whether we're going to be taken up on that one. But for the meantime, is it going to be a clean sweep for Steve Robbins? Robbins takes the checker flag and makes it a 3 wins, clean victory. Sid Hines crosses the line in second place, does he? No, he's back in 4th place. I'm going to have to rely on the lap scorers for that one. But no doubt about the overall victor in the quad event, that of course was Steve Robbins. Last ride there, race 28, sponsored by Clanville Garage. Number 2, Steve Robbins. In second place, number 46. That was our mystery rider that we couldn't identify earlier. Third place, number 1, Mark Treadwell. Fourth place, number 55, Sid HINDS. As we look to the far side, Joe Stevens, who's had some terrific rides this afternoon. And this really is a great achievement for these youngsters as they come round off and desperately hard to stay with Joe Stevens. Lewis Denham still up there in third.
133.
A lot more of the riders coping with the conditions this time out. But as it starts to get close on the far side, you can see coming into this last lap, Joe Stevens being pushed harder. Joe Stevens drops it on that top corner. Oh, that was really hard luck on Joe. He's had a terrific race. I won't mind at all if the marshal helps him. Is that machinery still running? We're looking to see whether Joe will be able to get back on. He does so. Goes off into the centre green. So if the checkered flag comes out, it's going to be a win. All the checkered flag goes to Andrew Appleton. Andrew Appleton, it is, takes the inters, but of course the juniors will run as a separate competition, or a separate race result indeed, so the checkered flag goes to number 81, Lewis Denham, and he's well deserved that one this afternoon. Third heat of the afternoon and a win for number 81. That's the Lewis Denham. So the points quickly being added up because of course Joe Stevens, who had the 2 wins earlier, didn't get a result in that last ride. Lewis Denham then 81, the winner of race 29, 151.30 the time. The Inters, which is down as race 30, was a win for number 9, the actual race winner. That's Andrew Appleton. And in second place, number 112. And in third place, number 1. So it's 9, 112 and number 1. So again, the points will need to be added up and calculated to find out who's won or taken overall victory. So now it gives me great pleasure to hand over to Marcus, who said that if he could pick a race, he would pick the solo final. So Marcus, I think you can even give out the qualifiers if you want to.
FUDGE from here who's hit the front. Followed by Steve Bishop. Right. Tony Daw up into 5th place. And beyond there it's anybody's guess. But Paul Fudge well away in front. Steve Bishop finds catch. The commentator earlier on. Oh dear, dear, dear. Paul Fudge well away now. Looks like Paul Fudge has got problems. He goes out for the top end. Tony Daw holding a very good 3rd place ahead of another youngster, Gary Phelps. Closely followed by Steve Daw. Tony Daw making it an 8-level Potter, gold and bronze, followed by Gary Phelps. Bob Worthing, Alan Morgan, Graham Gent has got up, but I don't think that was his fault. Ahead of Mike Reed. And last but by no means least, Paul Watson. Just 1 second for the official result. Place, coming round now to receive some accolades, number 110, Steve Daw. In 3rd place is Tony Daw, number 7. 4th place, number 84, followed by numbers 477, 76, 127, 133, number 81, and finally number 331. The winner's time was 1 minute 40.62.
This afternoon, but I suspect that he's missed the start. And it's Peter Jones has got to the front. Symon Wall has been left on that start line. That's terrific hard luck for Symon Wall, has been doing so well this afternoon. Rob and Jeff Bradley move to the front as they go down the back straight. Peter Jones just on the inside of them, but it is Rob and Jeff Bradley who, I know I've mentioned it earlier on this afternoon, but they've really been experimenting with where the passengers sit to try and get some drive off that back wheel. Peter Jones looks over his shoulder. Colin Hill using much the same sort of tactic, keeping his body weight right over the direct access to that back wheel.
Outside,
until Peter Jones has ripped that rock before, can't you? He must have been 3 Alberts inside the track on this top corner, trying to find whether the green grass would give him a bit more grip. Symon Wall disappointingly gets going eventually. That's a great shame to see him miss that start. Peter Jones in all sorts of problems on that bottom corner. turns the power back on, spins it round, but it means that Rob and Jeff Bradley get away a little bit from the rest of the field. There's 4 outfits together now. Chris Spires up in 2nd place, Brett Osborne in 3rd place, Peter Jones are moving up in 4th, getting in front of Arthur Dibbon as they go past us. And quickly looking back at the results, I mentioned to you that in 1994 Shane Baker and Clinton Martin took the win, but remind you that in the 1995 Hangover, as I've got it listed in my results, it was Rob and Jeff Bradley. Now, is this still the 1995 Hangover, or do we call it the 1996 Hangover? That's one to be argued about later, but Rob and Jeff Bradley look like they could in fact do the double. Chris Spires up there in that 2nd place. Peter Jones back in action again, fights with Brett Osborne for that 3rd spot. Both of them taking the green grass on the inside of this top bend. Peter Jones again lets that back wheel drift out. Oh, very disappointing to see Symon Wall going back there. We thought that it was possibly going to be his final, but as we see the checkered flag being made ready to come round off that last bend, you've got to say a terrific effort. They've worked hard at this all afternoon, Rob and Jeff Bradley. A long, long way to travel to get here. They've made it theirs. That's the double. 2 hangovers in concession. Brilliant effort from those two, Chris Spires and Steve KINCHIN, showing that they've still got the ability. Brett Osborne, in fact, winning that battle for 3rd place, I do believe.
Did you actually mean 2 hangovers in concession or succession?
Succession sounds better, doesn't it? In fact, as Symon Wall comes across the line, that was terrific hard luck on his part. But let's give you that official result. As I say, a great big thank you on behalf of the club for all the support this afternoon. That's all the marshals, officials, everybody that's helped, the riders for doing it in such great spirit this afternoon, I think is the thing to say. And now we get the usual rush for the little you know, somebody works really hard to make all those things. Let's give you the official result of the sidecar race, sponsored by Roger Meeser, Roy Mantell and Mark Edwards. It was a win for outfit number 87. That is, of course, Rob and Jeff Bradley. In 2nd place, number 52, Chris Spires and Steve Kensington. In 3rd place, number 14, Pete Jones and Colin Hill. In 4th place, number 73, Brett Osborne and Maurice Cooper. And in 5th place, number 79, Arthur Dibbon and Phil Morris. 6th place, number 101, the very unlucky Symon Wall and passenger Jason Ralph. The winning time, 2:22.06, 2:22.06, that winning time. And we have, of course, got a presentation of awards just down here to my right by the side of the finishing line. If I stand over here, it'll probably work, look. Yes! All this technology. Lightning. That's alright now, I've found a place to stand where it doesn't give any feedback, look. But they haven't told me yet how they want to do this. So look, Keith will speak to you in a minute, look. Keith, what are we doing? That's it, schoolboys, right. Should we start with the juniors then? Yeah? And as always in motor racing, we should start with the lower finishers first. And we're starting with 2nd place, so I want a big round of applause, and I hope he's over here, Joseph Stevens! Now this is Ben doing his presentation, look. You're teaching them young here, Keith. Very impressed. Well, in the juniors, as you say, a big round of applause for Joseph. He had 2 wins, and obviously that fall in the last one, which took it away from him. It meant that sneaking through and getting a win in his last ride, the overall winner of the juniors was Lewis Dunham. Makes you feel really guilty, doesn't it, when you see the size of them and the way they control those machines out there.
What size are you?
You wouldn't see me out on there with a push button. No, I don't think so, Keith. You know his mother, don't you? She'll be able to shrink it, no probs. Didn't mean it, honest. Well done, Lewis. We go up an age group, we go up to the inters. We start with third place, travelled a long, long way to get up here, all the way from Kent. He's a terrific little rider. Finished in third this afternoon, Matthew Reid. He's already gone home to Kent. I hate it. Look, give them a big build-up and they've gone home, look. We'll move on to second then. Hopefully he hasn't gone home. Finishing in second place, Daniel Slater. Perhaps he has. Oh, what we got then? We've kept a box of chocolates, so we good. Right, the winner of the Inters. A terrific ride all afternoon. He finished on 12 points overall. The winner was Andrew Appleton. And yes, he does come from the same family. You recognise the surname, don't you? There's another star in the making. So is that, what do you want me to do now, Nicky?
Well, I don't know.
Quads? Should we get the winner of the quads up here? I bet he's not even over here, is he?
It's a little bit embarrassing. We haven't got any quorum.
I definitely want to get Steve up here then.
Oh, there is.
Is he about? I bet he isn't. Steve, there's a box of chocolates here to collect.
There he goes.
Oh, there he is. The winner of the quad event, Steve Robbins.
Do dad, do cock.
Right, I'm now going to take things into my own hands and move on to the solos. Finishing in 6th place in the solos after I corrected my results, after I'd given them out completely wrong. Finishing in 6th place, number 76, Alan Morgan. Now look, see, Keith's buggered off. Look, he don't know what to give him. Oh, he's roping in another presenter. You just don't care, do you, Keith? Now this one looks really interested, Keith.
Chloe.
Oh, this is Chloe, right? Little 12 Chloe? No? Right. It gets worse, Chloe. He's not bad looking compared to some motors like this. Finishing in 5th place, Rob Worthington. Worthing even. Worthing.
With the other hand, you shake hands. It's well done. There you go. I smiled. You're on the camera.
4th race, and a rider that we know we're going to see a lot more of in the future. A terrific young rider, Gary Phelps. He's gone home. Well, you are you then? Right, his brother's going to collect his prize. You definitely get out of a kiss this time, Chloe. Finishing in 3rd place. And I didn't give it out in the results, but Marcus had it, fortunately. Another one of these youngsters that's come up to the schoolboy class, and we know we're going to see a lot more of. Finishing in 3rd this afternoon, Tony Dart. Now I do hope the rider that finished in 2nd is over here, because what I've got to do is do a quick bit of explanation. You may have seen him out in practice wearing fancy dress. He didn't come out in the fancy dress parade, but he was completely dressed as a dog. You might wonder why. The man who finished in 2nd is known as Steve Daw. He's known as Mad Dog Steve Daw. 2nd this afternoon, Stevie Daw. I knew that would happen. Big build up, and he's probably packing up going home, look.
Oh, we're all on for that.
Now we'll hold on for that one, alright. Should we try first then? Is this going to be too much of a gamble? He's here, I get the nod. Yes, he's here. Brilliant. And I think that describes exactly how this man has ridden all afternoon. If you've got bad conditions, you ride it exactly how this man did, until his last ride, of course. But then he got it all right again. He's come up and he's won the final. Steve Bishop! Oh, well done, Steve! Hey, you're don't want to call anybody else, Keith.
Well, you go through here.
We got the sidecars now.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Right, anybody wants to do the sidecars? First one with the
Any volunteers to present the sidecar awards?
hang. What's your name?
No, here's trouble.
Oh God.
And if you didn't know, yes, this is one of mine. And he... Remember, Darren, the whiskey's mine, all right? Don't give that away. Right, we start with 6th place. Very, very unlucky indeed. They've ridden brilliantly all afternoon. Thought they'd shown us the way to do it. Number 101, Symon Wall and Jason Ralph. That's it, his auntie bought the pound out. Well spotted.
Hang on.
Oh, he's getting carried away now, look. Finishing in 5th place, number 79. He's been at it a long time, but he still gets the result. Arthur DIBBON and Phil Morris.
Yo! What you got then, pal? Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much. Give it a shake.
Well done, Arthur. I don't like to see this. My boy giving away beer. Sad. Very sad. Finishing in 4th place, outfit number 73, somebody that tried a slightly different tactic. He's always good for a laugh. Brett Osborne and Morris Cooper. So I'm standing there at long distance. Well, now we move on to the top 3. We get into the bottleslet, so it gets a bit more interesting. Finishing in 3rd place. Question marks after today is whether he should stay as a passenger or not, but I won't enter into that conversation. It is, of course, Peter Jones and Colin Hill. Well, they pick up the sherry for 3rd place. We move on to 2nd place, and it seems as if passengers have dominated it this year, because finishing in 2nd place, Chris Spiers and Steve KINCHIN. So that's 2nd place, and as I do my quick bit of mental arithmetic there, I can realise that we've got 5 passengers who finished in the top 6 finishers, if you understand what I mean. 5 passengers, plus the winner was actually a solo rider. Riding a sidecar now, though, and riding it brilliantly, their 2nd hangover in succession. Got that one right this time. Of course it is, Rob and Jeff Bradley. That's it, Darren. No, I only give him the one, Darren. Well done, Rob. Well done, Jeff. Some brilliant riding all afternoon, and thank you all for staying for the presentation. Is number 18 sidecar here? I should know who that is. Yes, he is. You're wanted, sir. Number 8. This is Paul Bickley. Paul. What Keith has just said to me is that you travelled all the way down from Workington to ride today, so you couldn't go home empty-handed, could you? Well done, sir. Thank you for making the effort, obviously, and thanks all of you for making the effort. Yet again, another hangover. We just wait now to find out whether we have raised enough money for that equipment. What's the news, Keith?
I don't know. Well, down here now, I'd just like to wish my wife a happy 49th next Sunday.
That was very dangerous, Keith. But indeed, right, so let's say have a very, very safe journey home in these horrible conditions. Thank you all for supporting the hangover again.